Tonight, we will bring you sports news as it happened last week and the weekend. After the news, we have as our guest tonight Kashima Noel, one of St. Lucia's most promising young volleyballers. The Blackheart competition has picked up steam and is en route to an exciting climax, as Ken Howell will tell you more.
Good evening to all the viewers out there watching live on SLU, sportsonline.com. Okay, I'd like to say that this weekend kicked off some exciting Blackheart football at the Borsejou cricket grounds. First of all, we saw Mabuya taking on the players from Vieux-Fort North in an encounter which ended 2-0 in favor of Mabuya. Now, this is the second Vieux-Fort team that is being knocked out of the competition by the boys from the Valley. And I'm talking about Rosa Valley and this time Mabuya Valley. So the Valley boys are going through to the next round. Then we saw another exciting encounter where we saw defending champions Dennery taking on Labrie. It was a close match, but in the end, the defending champions finished the game 3-0. They played well, they played a settled game of football, and Labrie had no chance in defending their goal against the attack of Dennery. On Sunday evening, we had some more games with Blackheart football, where we saw Grosley defeating Deriso 3-1, and in another exciting, mouth-watering match, we saw Babino defeating Marshall 3-2. So this means that Marshall and Grosley have made it through to the semi-finals of the Blackheart competition. These two teams now await the results of Wednesday night's games.
We do apologize, viewers. We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulty from Ken Howell's position. We hope to resume the report on the Blackheart very shortly. On to La Liga. Brazilian fullback Adriano was the unlikely match winner with a wonder strike that ensured Barcelona made it 2 wins from 2 Premier Division games under new boss Gerardo Martino, following a 1-0 success at Malaga. The Catalan club opened their campaign with a 7-0 triumph against hapless Levante side last week, but was short of the best form as well as injured starman Lionel Messi. Adriano grabbed the victory with a memorable 25-yard strike just before halftime, although the host almost equalized after the break when Fabrice shot against the post from close range. Atletico Madrid joined rivals Barcelona on 6 points by ruthlessly dispatching local rivals Rayo Vallecano 5-0 at the Vicente Calderon. Diego Simeone's side to open the campaign with a 3-1 win at Sevilla with 3 goals to the good by halftime as Raul Garcia, Diego Costa, and Alec Plan all found the back of the net. Rayo decided to tighten up in defense after Thiago added a 4th following the breakup. Garcia made sure there was no escaping with 1 last goal on the stroke of full time. Second half goals from Charles and Nolito ensured 10-man Celta Vigo claimed their first win of the Premier Division season with a 2-1 victory over Real Betis. Levante bounced back from the humiliation at Barcelona with a goalless draw against Sevilla. Real Madrid saw off Granada with a goal from Karim Benzema as Carlo Ancelotti's men were less than convincing. Elsewhere in the UK, there was a weekend of exciting games and shock results, culminating in a scintillating game at Old Trafford between 2 genuine title contenders, the defending champions Manchester United and Chelsea FC, with the special one back at the helm. The weekend started with a wounded Arsenal away to Fulham in one of many London's derbies. The challenge could not be more difficult for the Gunners, as torrential rains poured down at Craven Cottage in West London. Arsene Wenger's men rose to the challenge and put the miserable loss against Villa on opening day behind them and demolished a stuttering Fulham 3-1. Arsene Wenger's match comments resounded his defiance that his team are fully equipped to go all the way despite the horrible start to the season. Liverpool continues their best start to the season in 5 years, with Daniel Sturridge for the second match running, producing the winning strike to secure another 3 points for Brendan Rodgers' men. The Cops seemed to be getting on with the business of winning just fine, without the troubled one-way striker Luis Suarez. Nearly Tottenham under manager Andre Villas-Boas appeared to be sailing smoothly without the 2013 double award winning Gareth Bale, who signed Real Madrid in a whopping £93 million deal, which will make him the most expensive player in the world, eclipsing Cristiano Ronaldo's £80 million deal for Manchester United. Like Liverpool, Spurs look solid in defence and compact in the middle with their new signings, with Paulinho looking impressive in the middle of the park. Alan Pardew, keen to rest the nerves of the Jolly Faithful at Newcastle, entertained an invigorating West Ham United and were held to a draw, a result that looms badly on Alan Pardew with just 2 games played for the season. Elsewhere, Southampton and Sunderland got a point apiece in what was an uneventful 90 minutes. Roberto Martinez has been critical of David Moyes, the former Everton manager, for his tactics in the transfer market. As Moyes tries to pry away Little Baines and Marion Fellaini to Man United, Moyes claims that Everton are prohibiting the growth of the players' careers. However, in Martinez's first home game as Everton's new manager, they were held to a 0-0 draw, with Fellaini having just 1 shot on target, which he should have put away for the win, but hit the post. One wonders, could all the transfer talk indeed unsettle the player? Steve Bruce's Hull City has shown winning business by securing all 3 points at home, leaving them with just 9 wins to go if, according to Bruce's target for the season to remain in the Premier League, is 10 wins. Arguably, the upset thus far for the season is Premier League new boys Cardiff City, who stunned the high-flying Manchester City with a win in the Wales capital, scoring 3 goals past Joe Hart, the City keeper, of which they could only manage 2 goals in reply. Pellegrini blames the defeat on poor defending and seems to set his sights on re-entering the transfer market before the deadline of September 2nd to find a replacement for the injured Nastasic. The much-anticipated clash of the Titans between Manchester United, defending champions, and UEFA Cup winners Chelsea got underway earlier today, with David Moyes walking out before the Old Trafford faithful for the first time in his new role as Sir Alex Ferguson's successor. Jose Mourinho and his Chelsea team are no strangers to the atmosphere at Old Trafford, as the game got underway with Rooney back in the starting lineup. Both teams looked evenly matched as the game progressed, with moments of exciting football. Wayne Rooney seemed to have found his form and produced a man-of-the-match brilliant performance. There was a moment in the second half where Lampard seemed to have handled the ball in the area of a cleverly attempt at goal, but was judged to be unintentional. As a result, Martin Atkinson, the referee, saw no fault and did not award a penalty, much to the anger of the Old Trafford crowd. The game finished goalless, but was indeed a spectacle, and no doubt has not yet decided the title, but has given the watching world something to talk about. Right, Kashima, you currently play for the Jets Volleyball Club, and your position is libero.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your position? Most of us who aren't volleyball enthusiasts would not know what that position entails. Can you tell us about that position that you play?
Sure. The libero is the defensive specialist in volleyball. They only play in the back row and they normally switch with the middle attacker. The libero never goes to the front row of volleyball because in volleyball we have a rotation. After every serve, after a point is broken, you rotate. And the libero is the player with the different color uniform, and the libero is normally very short, 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", because the libero does not attack, the libero only defends and passes the ball.
So you have a few competitions, a few tournaments around the region, and you also made the senior national team last year for the first time. Yeah. How did you feel when you made the team?
I was a bit surprised, but I know I worked hard, and I got a good experience the first time I traveled. A lot of nerves since it was my first time, but in the end I played really well, and I even got the best libero award, so everything was good.
Good. Did your volleyball playing career start at Simon Secondary School?
Could you please repeat the question?
Did you start your volleyball playing career at Sir Iris Simmons Secondary School?
Yes. I was in Form 2 and I, yeah, 14 years old. Yeah. I joined the school team. That's where it started. I played for the Cyrus in a secondary school from Form 2 to Form 5. Then when I got to staff, I was on the junior national volleyball team. I played a couple of Wynwood Island school games, and yeah, this is how it started. But I was interested in football at first. I actually joined the VS women's football team. I trained for a week and I preferred volleyball, so I left.
So, as an aspiring professional volleyballer, would you encourage young persons to start at a tender age from the secondary school system?
Sure. Well, I see that I started at 14 in volleyball. 14 years is really to begin volleyball is already too old. So, I mean, kids should be starting at the age of 7, and that is where the Spanish Volleyball Association had recently began a youth volleyball program. There was a summer camp at the Shock Beach for persons under 16. My youngest sister went there also. She's 13 years, and I believe that between the age of 8, 9, 7 should be the age for a young person to start volleyball.
Right. So, your ambition is in either the Italian Pro League or the Brazilian Pro League. Could you tell us about those leagues and why you have them on your radar?
Why have been, sorry.
Why are you thinking about going to Brazil or Italy to play professional?
Uh-huh. Yes, Brazil has, well, volleyball in Brazil is the second largest sport. Football, of course, being the first. And volleyball is just a really huge deal in Brazil. It's the country's second best sport. The league there is also, for me, the best league for volleyball, women's volleyball. Not too sure about the guys, but the women's volleyball is really huge, and the world's best players are in the Brazilian volleyball league. The Brazil team is the number one team in the world, Brazil women's volleyball team. And at first I liked Italy, but I did not know much about volleyball when I was interested in the Italian league, but then I got to know about the Brazilian league, and it's the best league, and that's where I want to be.
Kashima, you also employed with the government at present. So how do you get time to practice, and what does your training regime consist of?
Okay. Um, well, I train normally 4 times a week. I have club training, I have national training, and well, I would say well for the entire week I train except for on a Friday. But Saturdays, recently since we have a tournament coming up, we have training on Sundays. Um, I get to leave work at a little earlier because the president of the volleyball association, Mr. Brian, is also my employer, my boss. So I have an advantage there. I also do beach sometimes. I take part in the local volleyball beach tournament. And so my whole life is revolved around volleyball. I don't do much. I only play volleyball and train.
To become a professional sports person, that would mean playing volleyball full time.
Yes, yes.
How soon do you see yourself ready to make that leap into the pro field of volleyball?
Well, hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year.
Yeah.
Uh, in your estimation, in your opinion, as an aspiring professional volleyballer, do you believe that the St. Lucian national team has what it takes to compete on the international level and possibly the Olympics?
Yes. Okay. I believe that we have a very talented team. We have also young kids as well, especially from the junior national team. I think that with more coaching, a larger coaching staff, um, a wider training schedule, and a lot of dedication, especially from the players on the team, would bring us a step closer to Olympics. Um, we don't really have a tall team. We have a good, the average height is like 5'7" for the players, but we're a very talented team and we could go anywhere. It's just about the mentality. We have a good coach. We also have a Brazilian coach. He's coming down. He should be coming down in month 10 or first week in September. But he's been there with us throughout last year. He has a great training. He has great tactics for volleyball. And I think if we take training seriously, we take volleyball seriously, and that we respect the sport on a whole, as a team, as representing Tunisia, then we could go on.
As a pro, we succeed and we wish you all the best in your aspirations.
Thank you.
Would you change the style of volleyball and go to a two-man team rather than
Yes.
Yes, and
The video,
Kashima, is there?
the video got stuck. Sorry.
yes, Kashima, before you leave, I wanted to ask you. You have
Kashima?
Yes.
yeah, she's there.
I'm here.
Yes, you have your I think it's your two sisters also. They're
Yes.
involved. They are involved in volleyball as well.
Yes. My youngest sister just started. She was at the summer youth program. She's 14 years old. And my other sister, the one right after me, got the, she's on the junior national volleyball team. She just left St. Vincent this summer at the Remote Island School Games. And this past week, she was staying at the ECDA Volleyball Junior Championship, which was hosted in St. Lucia. She got the MVP award, Best Server, and Best, best Scorer. So she's very good, very good. But she's an attacker, she's not a girl. They're all taller than me, actually.
Okay, and
Kashima,
Uh-huh.
my question before we had a technical issue. I was curious, wanted to know, would you consider changing your style of play from the six-man team to the one-team style of volleyball, which is very popular in Brazil?
Would I be interested in changing?
When you be pro,
Uh-huh.
do you see yourself entering the more entertaining two-man team volleyball rather than the usual six?
Right myself on the two-man, as in beach volleyball?
Yeah, the two team,
Uh-huh.
the beach volleyball.
Oh,
That
well,
seems to be most attractive at the moment.
yeah, beach volleyball is way harder than court, but if you train beach volleyball, you'll be way better on the court than if you don't. Um, I've done, I've trained with the Brazilian coach for beach, and since that he's coming down, I'm going to be training him again. I played a beach volleyball tournament this well in August Emancipation Games. This was a local tournament, and I actually won the female game. And my partner is Karen. She went to Portugal in July to play in an under 21 tournament for beach volleyball. She represented Tunisia. It was a great experience for her, but we lost all the games, but it was the first time, so she'll grow. But we also have a beach volleyball tournament coming up September the 8th. That is being sponsored by Climax. So I'm going to be playing with Karen. So we're going to see what will happen, because we're going to have more teams, more interested volleyballers on the island. But I like beach, but it's a lot of hard work, and if I take it seriously, I will be able to play really good.
Kashima, we would like to thank you for coming on the program tonight and sharing with us your ambitions and letting us know a
Welcome.
little bit about you and what you're doing. And we would like to wish you all the success in the coming future.
Thank you.
Have a good
Kashima, one
night.
last question though before you leave.
Okay.
Uh, what's it like to be on Slow Sports Night
I would like to be.
on the show tonight, Slow Sports Night SSN?
It's, it was a very warming invitation. I like the vibe. I wish I could have gotten into the football competition, seeing that I'm a football fanatic. Yes. I like the atmosphere, which most people don't like, but that's okay. It's I like the whole program. It's my first time hearing about it, which is embarrassing. But yeah, I would like to come back maybe some other time. I like it.
Great, great. Well, as I said, we thank you for showing up and being able to be a role model, of course, to anyone who wants to do
So,
well at the volleyball or any other sport. And it is our second show, so you're privileged to be on our
oh,
first few
okay,
shows.
cool.
Wonderful. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Yeah.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Welcome back, Ken. And you were last telling us about what's happening with Blackheart.
Okay, thank you very much, Dyah. I'm hoping that everyone can hear me clearly now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, still having a few glitches with my computer, in that I'm not hearing the voices of my co-hosts. Okay, but in that regard, the good thing about technology is that it is enabling us to be here tonight to broadcast to you viewers news on what's happening in St. Lucia. The only drawback is that with technology comes some technical difficulties. However, let me just continue with the updates that I have with regards to what's happening with sports in St. Lucia. Okay. With regards to the Blackheart tournament, it can be noted that the games so far have been very exciting. The defending champions, Denry, have been showcasing fine football, okay, and they dominated the game's first part. Denry on Saturday defeated Labrie 3-0 and showed that they are class above the rest when it comes to Blackheart football. They are also hoping that this fine showing will continue in the upcoming games.
So can you hear us now?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
We know that you're experiencing some technical difficulties. We know that you just like your favorite team down in England, Arsenal. So we expect these kind of problems. So what in terms of the Blackheart, Dyah, you want to ask him who he thinks is going to win that tournament?
Well, Ken, Hassan seems to think that Denver will take it all the way. What do you think?
Well, if I said no to Denry, I think I'll be making an entire village vexed or angry with me tonight. So I have to concur and say that I think Denry will defend the championship appropriately and bring home to the village the Blackheart trophy for the second year running. However, they will face some tight competition from Babunu, who has shown some very good defense in the tournament thus far.
So who do you think is going to win? Denry?
Yeah, Denry will make it all the way, but there may be some surprises.
Yes, Dyah.
Ken, I'm still having but I think we can go past that. Well, moving right along from Blackheart, we know that you are I should describe you as a very faithful Arsenal fan, and they can do no wrong for you. How did you enjoy finally winning a game for the season?
Well, I've been enjoying Arsenal football for the past 10 years, actually, and it came as no surprise to me when Arsenal showed what Arsenal is made of on Saturday. However, many people are claiming that the side Arsenal faced is not one in the higher rankings in the EPL. But I say to them, just bring it. If they are speaking about Man U, Manchester United, if they are speaking of the likes of Chelsea, if they are speaking of the likes of Tottenham, Hotspurs, who didn't even make it to the Champions League this year, because why? Arsenal came tough, right? I'm saying bring it. This year, I think we are going to see a different kind of Arsenal. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, I tell you, because a bird told me today that Luis Suarez might be on his way to Arsenal.
Vacation?
Ken, you said you've been in Arsenal for 10 years.
Yes, I've been with Arsenal for
10 years.
let's say around 10 or more.
That means, Ken, that you do not know what it is to win anything then, because Arsenal have not won a single trophy for the last 9 years. And the last trophy they won was the FA Cup. So then, Ken, winning is something Arsenal you do not know. I mean, if you were a Man United supporter, you would know what winning is all about. Having won almost everything, including the Champions League in the last 8 years. I mean, even if you were a Liverpool supporter, you would know what it is to win something. Apparently, Arsenal does not know what it is to win. So are we still trusting Arsene Wenger?
I am trusting him with my heart and my soul. If you are truly an Arsenal fan, you would know that the last time we won the trophy, we did it in such a fashion that even if we didn't win a trophy in the next 20 years, we would still be satisfied with the level of football that is coming out of Arsenal.
So the
undefeated
was a Patrick Vieira goal. It was a Patrick Vieira goal against Man United. So, I mean, we could have won that game very easily. We outplayed Arsenal. And one of those things. And that's the Patrick Vieira. That's how long ago? That's the only team. That's the winning team.
Ask
how are you guys going to win anything again?
Ask any footballer and they'll tell you that a win by a goal, it could be even 0.5 of a goal, is still a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you won by 1 goal, you won the FA Cup. 10 years ago. And you believe that you have a winning team in 10 years ago.
Well, actually, I think that Arsenal is not too interested, or Arsene Wenger might say is not too interested in winning the FA Cup. It can be noted by the teams he sends to the FA Cup. And he leaves his first-class players on the bench, usually. So, okay, well, like Arsene Wenger and his men, Lucia, we note, did very well over the weekend, with Chris Wells representing the country very well, coming out third in the men's singles. Well, he was also well in the mixed games, okay, showing that St. Lucia is a force to be reckoned with, just like Arsenal when it comes to football.
I'm happy that sports on the whole in St. Lucia is developing and the youth is something that can aspire towards. There's a sport for anybody to do, and that 10% is more.
It's been a pleasure to have Kashima on show this evening and get that information about volleyball, which is another sport that is, I mean, it seems to be getting its own. Just to see the talent there is, what the youth can do, and take it from there. And before I leave you guys this evening to continue your debate, I just want to encourage persons to just remember our TTT is launching very soon. That's our Thrills, and that will be launching very soon next month, actually. So it's send your tricks to sportsonline@gmail.com. The tricks would be shown one trick a night. Friday, the winner would be announced based on votes on the website. So it's the trick that thrills. Will also be aired on CBS, and during sports. So it's something that we're excited about and something that many persons are looking forward to. So just continue to send your tricks at slusportsonline@gmail.com. And also, for the next SSN, we'll be pinning some questions, and persons can also send their questions to @SLU Sports Night. That's SLU Sports Night. Night is NITE, and we'll be taking questions from that media in terms of Twitter, or you can send questions to SLU Sports Night, NITE, @gmail.com. And you guys, you take it away and get your Arsenal and Chelsea and Manchester City game going on.
Well, actually, Hassan, before we close on our opinions as to who we think are going to win the title and whether Arsenal can win anything ever in their life again, those who are watching us now and those who really watch us as the show will remain on the site for a week, that we appreciate your support. We have experienced technical difficulties, and like Ken said, technology is beautiful. However, these are teething stages, so we appreciate your patience and understanding as we put it together to try and make the show better. And we would like to thank you for your continued support. Now, Ken, what I would like to tell you is that concerning winning anything, if you're an Arsenal fan, I feel very sorry for you. You might as well be a Liverpool fan. After all, in 2005, they won the Champions League, and then they won the FA Cup, and then they won the Carling Cup. And what has Arsenal won? Absolutely nothing. So, I don't know. What can I say then?
Can you imagine that a coach, I'm related to Roberto Mancini, he won the English Premier League 1 year, and he came third the following year, and he was fired. This means that the guy was probably doing something wrong.
Yeah, he was
in the case of Arsene Wenger,
he was winning. He was winning.
Right now, he is one of the longest serving coaches in English football right now. In my opinion, this means that
nobody else?
Yeah, in the world, this means that he's doing something right.
What's that?
And one of these days, he'll strike.
So, do you believe that there is any other manager other than Arsene Wenger who will be in a job for 9 years and not win a trophy, he will still have his job today? Do you honestly think so?
No. Well, actually, that's a miracle that he's pulling off right now, because you know how coaches come and go when it comes to football or any other professional sport, as a matter of fact. However, you could note that No other coach has taken a team from the lower rankings in the EPL at the beginning of the season, midway of the season, and brought them up to the top 4. No other coach has ever done that before. That is why I think Wenger deserves this praise, and he continues to steer the ship that is Arsenal right now. I don't even think the great Alex Ferguson would be able to take Manchester United from 25th in the Premier League to the top 4 in one season.
Well, Ken, that's a debate we'll have to take up another time. But before we go, you have followed that competition as a local correspondent closely. Can you tell us one of the players that comes to mind that stands out as very talented and have an opportunity to go forward beyond the shores of St. Lucia into possibly a semi-pro league even in Trinidad? Does anybody cross your mind based on what you've observed?
Okay, well, based on what I've observed, especially over the weekend, and I will draw reference to the names at a little bit. But the captain from Dennery, he plays the last man position for his side. And the way he organizes his defense is that they communicate so well at the back that everyone knows their position and sticks to it, so that they form a formidable backcourt, which is almost impenetrable. Okay, I think as a captain, he has motivated his teammates and continues to struggle on. Another one I want to mention is the captain for Babuno. He also plays in a similar position, started off his football career at the Angipo Secondary School, and now he's playing for his home community, Babuno. He is also one who is leading a very formidable defense for Babuno, and with football, with a strong defense, you get an equally strong offense at the end of the day. Okay, so I just wanted to mention this.
Happy to hear ballers who are impressing out there. What we hope is that one day we can have perhaps a few shows down the road. We can have them on to tell us about some football in St. Lucia. Right, Ken, I think our time's up. I would like to thank the viewers who watched us tonight. Those will be watching us later on, and invite them to view us next week at 8 p.m. on Monday night, where we discuss the week and weekend's sporting news, local, regional, and international. Over to you, Ken. Any final words?
Okay. We thank you for those watching live over the web, and those of you who view this episode of SSN during the course of the week. And we just want to apologize once again for the technical issues that we experienced, and we are hoping that we bring you a bigger, better SSN with some more exciting guests and some more exciting news to follow. So we thank you once more. Dyah, back to you and our team.
This is Ken Howell and Dyah Francis saying good night.